Welcome to the Revenge Storytimes channel. I don't even know where to begin. My hands are still shaking, and my heart feels like it's stuck in my throat. I need to get this out somewhere, so here I am, spilling everything to strangers on the internet because I feel like I'm losing my mind. Last night, I was invited to what I thought was a surprise party for a friend's promotion. My wife, Emma, told me she'd be there early to help set things up and asked if I could come a little later to make an entrance. I thought it was strange, but she's always loved planning dramatic surprises, so I didn't question it when I arrived. The house was buzzing with people. Music played, drinks were poured, and everyone seemed to be having a great time. But something felt off. Emma wasn't by the bar or mingling like she normally would. A friend of hers, someone I didn't know very well, approached me with a sympathetic look and whispered, "You might want to check the guest room upstairs." Confused and a little uneasy, I made my way through the crowd and up the stairs. The closer I got, the louder my heartbeat pounded in my ears. When I opened the door, I saw her, Emma, my wife, with another man. They jumped apart like they'd been caught in a fire, their faces pale. I froze. My mind went blank, and it felt like the air had been knocked out of me. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just turned and walked out of the room, out of the house, and into the cold night air. Emma came home later that night, but I couldn't even look at her. She tried to talk, but I shut her down. I didn't have the energy to listen to excuses or explanations. The next morning, she asked if we could sit down and talk. Reluctantly, I agreed, though my stomach churned with anger and pain. She poured herself a glass of water and held it like it might give her strength. "I want to talk," she said softly, breaking the silence. I took a long sip of my coffee, setting the mug down deliberately. "Talk then," I said, my voice cold. She sat across from me, wringing her hands nervously. "I know I've hurt you, Jake. I know I can't take any of it back, but I want to try." "Try what?" I interrupted, my tone sharp. "To fix this? To pretend like nothing ever happened?" Emma flinched but didn't back down. "No," she said. "I know we can't pretend, but I want to figure out a way forward. Together." I shook my head, a bitter laugh escaping my lips. "There's no together. Not anymore." Tears welled up in her eyes, but I didn't care. I was done feeling sorry for her. I was done feeling sorry for myself. "I made a mistake," she whispered, her voice trembling. "A terrible mistake. But I still love you, Jake. I never stopped loving you." Her words hit me like a punch to the gut. I wanted to believe her, I really did. But how could I? How could I trust anything she said after everything she had done? "Love," I scoffed. "You call this love? Lying to me, sneaking around behind my back, humiliating me in front of your friends? If that's love, Emma, I don't want any part of it." She broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. For a brief moment, I felt a flicker of pity for her, but it wasn't enough. It would never be enough. In the days that followed, I wrestled with my emotions. I was torn between the love I once felt for Emma and the betrayal I couldn't forgive. I knew I had to make a decision, either try to rebuild what was left of our marriage or walk away for good. In the end, the choice was clear. One morning, I sat Emma down at the kitchen table, the same table where we had shared so many meals and conversations over the years. "I can't do this," I told her, my voice heavy with finality. "I can't pretend like everything's okay. I can't trust you, and without trust, there's nothing left." She nodded, tears streaming down her face. "I understand," she whispered. "I'm sorry, Jake. For everything." I gave her a small, sad smile. "So am I." And just like that, it was over. The divorce was quick and quiet. There were no screaming matches, no bitter fights over who got what. Emma moved out and I stayed in the house, though it no longer felt like home. In the months that followed, I tried to rebuild my life, one day at a time. Some days were better than others. Some days I even found myself laughing again. But the nights were still hard. The memories still lingered, lurking in the shadows, ready to remind me of everything I had lost. I don't know if I'll ever fully move on from what happened, but I'm trying. Maybe that's enough for now. As for Emma, I have no idea where she is or what she's doing. And honestly, I don't care. She made her choice and I made mine. Life goes on and so will I. Thank you for listening. Until the end, see you in the next episode of Revenge Storytimes. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Goodbye.